Arcelay.
Arcelay.
Yeah, if not, you can just go Shawn. Oh wait, someone is recording this meeting. Okay, cool.
What's going on, Murder Yoga Nation? It's your boy C Tech with another episode of the Grindin' Jiu Jitsu podcast. And today on episode 14, we have Shawn. I'm not going to butcher his last name, Arcelay. What's going on, Shawn?
Okay. So Arcelay. I mean, it's a Spanish last name, so it is what it is. All good. If
Hey,
not,
hey, I'm gonna tell you, I've never heard that last name before, especially for Boricua. So it's like, okay, you know what I mean? Like now I know another rare last name.
yeah, yeah, true. It's not very common, but it is around. But yeah,
So those who don't know who Sean is currently a brown belt under the Cogito flag, our gym enforcer, the one who busts all of our ass. And if you follow the podcast, almost every single Cogito guy says their hardest and best role is with this man right here. So his role is just like his hair, gorgeous. Um, Sean, welcome to the pod.
yo, thank you, man. Finally, we're here. Thank you for having me as well. And yeah, let's
Of
talk.
course, it's been a long time coming. Another member of the Black Sales Jiu-Jitsu gang. Um, Sean, for those who don't know, and I know you come from Puerto Rico, born and raised in PR. So tell us about your jiu-jitsu journey in general. Like, when did you start? How did you start? And tell us all your whole journey until getting here to Gogito.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. It's been interesting. So like always, whenever you start, whatever, extreme sports, martial arts, whatever, it all starts, at least for me, and I've been hearing this a lot though, but it starts from UFC. You always get that mentality. You want to be a professional fighter. You want to be a badass, all this shit. So when I was a kid, background real quick, I did a little bit of taekwondo. I don't know, I was just a little kid. I don't know if the professor was so damn hardcore. He will have us like 30 minutes just kicking leg to leg for 30 minutes.
Oh,
Pa, pa, and it
it
was
was a real Taekwondo dojo. This wasn't McDojo. You guys were training.
like a super super like rough type of sensei, in a way. But I was a little kid, so things, I got beat up once, got scared of it. I said, fuck that, I don't know, I'm gonna try different things. Just a little kid. So, sports, whatever, Puerto Rico, basketball, volleyball, baseball, those kind of like the sports that we do a lot over there. Then, in the long run, I think I started when I was in my 20s around there. Um, so my tattoo artist, Ivan, shout out to him. So he was the one who put me on the spot with the gym that was literally behind my house in Puerto Rico in Toaja. So he told me, hey, I'm just training over here. They do like cross training, like circuit training. And they do kickboxing too. And they got like a little bit of an MMA thing going on. I know you like it. You like UFC. So let's see. Let's check it out. So he invited me. And bro, I'm telling you that this is like a really, really humble place. The gym was like a two-story house. So
Okay.
it's in the bottom, So that gym, the owner used to live there. So eventually, when they moved out there, he said, "I'm gonna make this place a little gym, and see what happens." So he was just, grinding it out. I mean, in Puerto Rico, if you don't grind, you're gonna get left behind. So he did his thing, and Jose Gonzalez, we know him as Gonzo. He kind of like, walked me through stuff. He was a blue belt, I believe, in traditional jiu-jitsu, so it's Japanese. So, I had a little bit of combat, we go to the floor, blah, 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 and do your shit. So we kind of like did that for a while. Did a lot of training conditioning with him. Met a lot of people, in the MMA industry in Puerto Rico. And, once I got introduced to jiu-jitsu, it kind of like stick. To be honest, if you're trying to do the MMA game, you just gotta like to get hit in the face. It's not for everybody. training camps, just getting my ass beat for a little medal. I didn't even fight in an octagon or nothing like that, but I did go in and help out people for MMA fights. Not a lot, but I can, here and there, whoever needed it. I was always down to scrap or spar or whatever. So, we did that. We did that a lot. But then, gratefully, I was able to work sometime with the commissioner in Puerto Rico when the MMA scene was popping a little bit more and certifying the reps, making sure the reps were clear and all that stuff, and you're certifying. So more in the back scene. So I kind of like, I said, man, do I really want to go through amateur, getting my face getting busted up for a little plastic medal? I mean, I don't know. I'm getting money doing this. I'm enjoying fights. I'm meeting people. And, let me see what happens, and then jiu-jitsu started to happen a little bit more. So my first like competition was actually Nogi. It was I believe it was in Cabo Rojo. Really, bro, like, if I show you a picture, you're gonna laugh. Cause I was like, I used to fight, like, I used to weigh like $1.50, bro. And I used to fight at 145, 145.
What? Wait, at what age?
I will say 20 some, like 20s, yeah, 20s, 21s.
I wouldn't believe you, bro.
I know, bro, but just scrolling real quick here so you can see like where everything started real quick. Shit, here we go. Shit. Come on. All right, here we go. So, bro, I don't know if you can see this, but whoever goes to my Instagram and scrolls down, you're gonna see this picture right here. That's
No.
a motherfucker, and that's where everything started in a way. That was my first turn. That's Jose Gonzalez right there. That's his daughter in the middle, and that was a teammate that we were got kind of like getting through competition and shit. That girl in the bottom is Alana Gonzalez. She's a little monster. She's all over the scene now. So she's been kicking it, but that's where like my first tournament happened. This what 2012.
2012.
Oh,
Damn.
yeah, and then from there the ball started to roll. I didn't know nothing about IBJF. I didn't know nothing. So I just got hooked. I said, okay, let's do this jiu-jitsu stuff. It's cool. I see I can do it. I see myself training a lot. This so I gave it a chance. From there, bro, like a lot of tournaments started to pop off in Puerto Rico. At least when I started, they had um, local tournaments from a school that the school is called the Tiburones. They're more like in the coast area of Puerto Rico. So we were always just driving to the coast, getting those tournaments. And there was all one that was more local in San Juan. It was called Carlson Gracie Jr. Copa. They
Copa.
used
Okay.
They used to do a lot over there. Shout out to my Costa Gracie people over there in Puerto Rico. Big help, with my game. Luisinho, he's one of the first, I believe, one of the first black belts, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry if I'm wrong, but Luisinho, it was a big person to meet. Once I was under with the care of Jose Gonzalez with Gonzo. So, bro, I mean, from there, I just started to get more and more into dojos. Because again, I'm coming from a gym. I'm coming from a freaking
MMA gym.
yeah. Not even just that. They were new just because of the crossing condition. There was a lot of people
Oh,
that
CrossFit.
yeah, like there were just a lot of people that just were there for exercise. The MMA thing was for the ones that wanted to get that la pescosa, like getting hit. People that didn't want to do that shit. So hey, let's see what happens. So he kind of like see how what it was gonna happen. He just threw it out there. So he's been, I gotta give it to him a lot because he did bring me to where I'm at in a way because there's a lot going on. But from there, I met all these wonderful people. But my actual main instructor, when Gonzo realized that, yo, like I teach you this, but you're going to a point that you're basically getting out of my hands. I can't teach you anymore. Like I can find people that can teach you, and the conversation happens to be Jose Velez. I don't know if you remember Jose Velez.
Of course.
So everybody knows him around the knee and belly of death, right? Because that knee, he just smashes you through. Shout out to Jose Velez, bro. That's like my brother. He's been my instructor. Since I started actually as a white belt under him, got my blue belt with him.
And
Uh,
what was his belt at the time,
at,
Jose?
at the time that I started, he was a purple belt.
Okay, okay.
But he was always due. I mean, things that happen with him, whatever, that's his conversation or whatnot. But once, just fast forward from there, right, we were just smashing every tournament that we can do locally. And then with him, I understood what was IBJF. So I got prepared with him, did a couple of competitions with as a white belt, won a couple. People were very, very supportive. That's kind of like the big thing in Puerto Rico. Like, bro, like I said again, we come from a little gym, really humble place. I came up with the idea with the first school or team for Gonzo at the time because I was kind of like cross training. I was in between with Gonzo helping him out, and I was with Jose Velez at his school. He was already established. He had his school, he has his crew. So Gonzo and kind of like he having his daughter involved in the sport, a little bit of a dream. I say, hey, Hongonso, let's use that second floor that you got and let's make a little, let's put some mats and see what happens and see if we can get some people in. And now all of a sudden we're talking, thinking about names and say, hey, what about Silverbacks? Silverback Jiu-Jitsu, we'll make it a thing, whatever. So we had a nice crew. Nothing lasts forever. So eventually I just went directly. Yeah, eventually I went directly to Jose School in Bayamon, hold up that club. And from there, bro, like I can't tell you how many wonderful people I have meet through this journey of jiu-jitsu, right? Um, so then I switched completely 100% with Jose, still with the support of Gonzo as well. But it was more over there, more there. I got prepared, like I said, locally for any white belt tournaments, dominating, at least in my way. Um, then, did a couple IBJF, did great, win some, lose some, turned into a blue belt later on. The cool thing about the blue belt, I don't know if I'm talking a lot of shit right now, but
No, go, bro. Like, yo, this is your show. You're my guest. Go. This is awesome.
thing about the blue belt, bro, my blue belt, I got it from a tournament that it was a big tournament, bro. Like it was starting to be a big thing because it was at least that was my first time getting into fights that they were like super fights, right? So it was called Grapple and Conquer, bro, and this happened in 2016. And with this, the one that was always trying to get this and this tournament rolling back home. I mean, there's a lot of people that's been involved in Puerto Rico with the jiu-jitsu scene, right? Trying to put on the spot, recognize Puerto Rico more about the jiu-jitsu and whatnot. But this time, this happened in 2016. I was a white belt, and then it went to a decision. I won the fight. I went with an opponent, Edwin. Shout out to you over there, bro. Um, we knew everybody. I mean, it's a small island, right? So everyone. So we went over there, we did our thing, and then right there at the end, the Jose whips out the freaking blue, but I never knew. So from there, and that happened in 2016, and then from there, I started to jump a little bit more in IBGF to see if I could get some competition, right? Once my eyes opened up with this scene in the States, I was thinking like, man, like this is hard because my first blue belt I didn't win. So it was kind of like, man, is it that I'm behind? What's up? Like, are we behind? Like, what's going on? Because I never felt I guess the competition in that intensity. I never felt it that way back home.
So you got your blue belt,
Hmm.
and then you go to an IBJJF as a blue. You didn't have success, and so you're questioning whether is Puerto Rico Jiu Jitsu, is it up to date with the meta at the time with the United States blue belt Jiu Jitsu in general, in a nutshell.
Right, right. So at least that was my thinking, right? Because again, I'm coming just learning from this. I didn't
Right,
know.
right.
So, and shout out to my bad. I can't just mention his tournament and his without his name. Fernando Diaz, that's the one who's working right now over there at ADCC and with Danaher over there in Texas. Shout out to you, my brother over there. So yeah. Once I started I was thinking, like, what's going on? Like, what do I need to do? Like, do I need to like either get more competitions outside the states, because to be honest, whenever you did a local tournament in Puerto Rico, you kind of like were seeing the same people every time.
Yeah.
So you kind of like either knew a little bit of the game or maybe get surprised, but again, you're working as hard as them to kind of like win, right? So it was different. Not saying that the jiu-jitsu in Puerto Rico suck, because it doesn't. There's a lot of really good people over there. You will get surprised. But I don't know if it was like at least with their recognizing what is jiu-jitsu over there. There wasn't a lot of people that knew about it. I mean, you see people in a gi walking in Puerto Rico, karate, you know.
Karate. Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean,
Kia.
nothing. I mean, just from there, fast forwarding to hit Maria. Hit Puerto Rico was called Maria. So from there, a week before the hurricane hit Maria, I got the opportunity to work for FedEx
Okay.
outside Puerto Rico. Because a buddy of mine was living in Virginia. He showed me, hey, shoot up, and see what you can do and see if you can land the job. Because at the time I was working 3 jobs at PR, it was kind of like, I mean, I didn't have that much of responsibilities. I used to live with my mom. I met my girl over there, so we were just doing, very supportive girl that I got, Bianca. So, we were doing our thing. So we didn't have that much responsibility. We had little car, it was already paid off. We didn't have to worry about nothing. So, we would just save up money and we just hit the travel and pause for a moment. My bad that I forgot this, and this is a really important thing that happened in my journey when I started to go into IBGF, my actual first tournament. And this is how you can see how our culture is so warming. uh, and the gym that I used to train at, Fighting Fitness, that was the name. um, People would get moved, just trying to help you out with your goals. My goal was I want to go over there. I want to see what's going on in the States. I want to see what's going on in the tournaments. I want to see if I can do something with jiu-jitsu, So, bro, it was IBF is expensive as hell right now. At the time it was as well, just to get in there and this subscription and whatnot. So, I said, man, can I make it? I mean, I'm gonna see if I can make the money and whatnot. So I know this shit. This caught me by surprise. They did a freaking little jar, and it said Shawn, my name, IBF tournament donation.
Wow.
Everybody had something to put in there. Like I literally went, traveled, did the tournament with people that supported me, not even know me, just seeing me training, being there all the time, just exercising with them, having conversation, just laughing, having a good time, being a good vibe. And once they knew I wanted to do that, they just started to put, and help me out. And everybody's super supportive over there, regardless of what you're trying to do, right? It's not, that you're gonna probably get $1 million, but they're gonna pour, whatever they can.
Whatever they can. Yep.
That's important, that's the commenter, behind everything on, with life and whatnot, how people support you with this, little roller coaster of trying to make it in jiu-jitsu and whatnot, so
Yeah, it's crazy because if you really look at just that gesture, if they don't put that jar for you and IBJJF, this Sean that we're talking to now may never even come about.
yeah, yeah. So in a way, I gotta give the props to all of them. I mean, there's a lot of names, so I'm sorry, I'm really really bad with names. I can't have that retention, but I do remember a face, So there's a lot of people in that gym that has been involved with my development in jiu-jitsu. Not only from jiu-jitsu people, but regular people. They just would like to see you, advance in what you're doing. That's kind of like the pride, Boricua, being proud of what you do, So.
Para
Being
que lo sepa, papi.
a puñeta. So
Puñeta.
it's been a journey, man. I can't. I'm not. Always grateful for it. So it's been a really really crazy ride. So
So you go to Virginia.
I go to Virginia, I land the job, and that's where everything started to be real. At least for me, I was saying, okay, I'm in Virginia. I'm by myself. At the time, I was living in my friend's house for a couple months. And then I got my apartment. I said, shit, I got no car. I'm walking to work. Shit, let me get a car eventually. So I get the car. And all of a sudden, I'm paying from an apartment back home that includes everything. It It was only $500 a month. I was 1,400 on a one in one, apartment. I'm like, shit, like, how do people do this shit over here? Like, this is expensive. So in that 2 years that I was living over there and working my ass off at FedEx, overtime, getting home at, bro, like 12, sometimes 10, from the mornings to all nighter or 12-hour shift. I didn't have the energy to do jujitsu. So that jujitsu for me was slow in that time. I gotta give it up to one of my friends that actually moved recently over here to Florida that I knew, that I still know. I mean, he told me the things that he moved recently to. I think it's called Jupiter. Is it Jupiter?
Jupiter. Yep.
So he put me on the spot to train at Atmar Barbosas in Virginia.
Okay.
So I was looking here and there. I even went to 50/50, I think it is.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, he is there. Ryan Halls.
Right. So I was just looking, and all of a sudden Ryan Hall, I said, "Oh shit, let me see his school." Bro, I couldn't afford it. I said,
Yeah. I think it was like most likely for his established, probably what, 175, 200 a month, easy.
at least it was 200 a month. At that time, honestly, I couldn't. I was like, "Well, thank you, bye." So I kept going to Atmar. Um, I did my thing over there. But again, I didn't have a car. I was taking the train over there. It was roughly like an hour with the train while I was living. I was living in Alexandria, Virginia. From there, I was able to later on go to a Cayotero school that was in next to Alexandria. And Mateo, that's my friend from Virginia, Mateo Nunez. He's the one who put me over there. He kind of like, hey, go see. I think his name is Wu Tran, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I heard that name before.
So he told me, he's a Cayo. So I think it's like 10 minutes from you. Go ahead and check it out. So whenever I had the chance, I would go to Admar, super cool dude. And then from there, if I would just, late work, I would just hit Cayotero school. And from there, hurricane happened. Oh shit, hurricane happened. I gotta get home. Did a quick flight over there for the weekend to check my mom, check my lady, because at the time my lady was still living in Puerto Rico. And then obviously everybody starts to move out of Puerto Rico because of the issues, right? So one of the people who's actually moved, Jose Velez, so he moved, he did his thing. And then I remember on my birthday, I was working like a couple days before my birthday. I was just working, bro, like dealing with snow, delivering packages in snow. I was slipping left and right, freaking packages,
Wait,
bro.
when's your birthday?
March 30th.
March 3rd. Okay.
So it's in 2019. This is where it happened. So I'm just getting fed up, like getting in the morning, getting the snow out the way. Then I gotta deliver packages this cold ass weather, and then the black ice, making sure I'm driving, not slipping. I got the packages, I'm slipping on sideways. I'm saying somebody's probably, I mean, look at this motherfucker. So I said, fuck it, I'm done. I'm done with the call. I'm going south. I'm gonna go to Florida. I called Jose. He told me, bro, like I already told you, like I'm here, just leaving my apartment, and from there you can move. You can move it on. So I did that. I put everything on my car, bro. I took the Amtrak, put the Amtrak on the freaking train.
Oh yeah. The auto train.
I did that. Did on my birthday, I scored thankfully a job over here, which where I'm at right now. And from there, I just on my birthday, slept on the train, got here, and then that's all she wrote. I started to do jujitsu over here more. Like everything started to roll back again. Because me coming from the island, I was saying, well, I'm gonna get the exposure I need now with jujitsu. This and that. I'm gonna sponsors here and there. Bro, like those 2 years were hell. I mean,
Yeah.
I was working, I got health, all this good shit. Thankfully, nothing was missing, but with Jiu-Jitsu, it was just going down. I said, damn it, am I gonna be that blue belt, the blues? I'm just gonna be quitting Jiu-Jitsu and that'll be
Yeah.
it. So thankfully, once I moved over here, I got with Jose, he introduced me to Cogito. And from there, bro, I just been rolling with Cogito ever since. And to be honest, that's where the nogi starting to kind of like roll more with me. My background completely is with the gi. That's all we did in Puerto Rico. We did no gi a little bit, but it wasn't that important as it is now. So honestly, in 2019, that's where I got more into no gi. I still got love for gi. I'm planning to kind of like stick with it a little bit more. Just because I know I gotta be honest with me and my game, right? And I know I can thrive more in the gi, even though may people may say differently. But I can see, and we can go in a conversation with that because I know you're gonna pop
Oh
up.
yeah, I'm ready to talk, but I'm letting you speak. Go ahead. Go ahead.
But yeah, Dylan, the crew, Derek, Stan, the OGs, Felix is still with us. Um, all the good people I met through Cogito, man, like Matt, Jason, Jada, Jew when you came around, Retro. I mean, the list goes on,
The list goes on, bro. Like now Cogito's the melting pot. Like the way I feel is like, like everybody knows of Orlando, Florida, and we're more north of Orlando, but now I just feel like we're becoming a destination, whether it's to train every day, but at least that one day in a week we have our Sundays where everybody from every single gym comes to Cogito to have the most monstrous open mat in all of Orlando. And not for nothing, that's where we're starting to get known as, like not known as the open mat gym, but we're known as the place to go to get those hard rounds getting ready for competition. And you know, yeah, I'm gonna talk my shit now, motherfucker. Yeah, you're teaching all the gi stuff and Cogito, but you're a monster in no gi. And I mean, but then again, I mean, in gi, at the end of the day, you bust my ass just like you probably bust everybody's ass in gi, regardless. But just seeing the way that you move in no gi, it's it's scary. That's scary. Like gi is one thing, but we can slow down Sean in the gi. Bite your toe. We'll bite your toe, and we might get 2 seconds. But in no gi, you ain't biting shit because you're too fast. Your no-gi game is fucking brolic, man. And for those who are watching the pod, we are trying to beat this man to do no-gi because we just feel like he's gonna dominate. And a lot of people don't know his name. And that's gonna be the best part. That nobody knows who the fuck Sean is. And Sean is gonna come in and the motherfucker's gonna try him and he's gonna get fucking armbarred. I know it. I know it. I know it. I'm just saying. Just saying, I talk my shit. I talk my shit.
appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, it's just that I like my no. I mean, I like the nogi. I can't say no. I love the scrap. I love the scrambling. Um, and it is tough. It is more because it's more strength. You're pushing a little bit more. Bro, it's a
It's hard to compare. It's two different games. It really is. It's two different games. You're breaking up. What you said?
oh, you hear me? You
Yeah, I
good?
can hear you.
So yeah, no, I'm saying that it's really different. I enjoy my roles. It's just when I'm honestly always gonna do a hard role, right? I'm not trying to just waste anybody's time, right? If you're going to open mat, it's just kind of like not test yourself like I'm gonna beat this motherfucker up, but not test your game out, see where you're at, see what holes you need to kind of like fill up and whatnot. And if you get those quality roles, you can get ready for whatever tournament you're trying to do, right? So that's what I try to always do, give you a quality role, right? If it's for your benefit or mine, I don't care. I just enjoy doing it. I'm not gonna sandbag when I know I have the ability to either just, you know, do my best to steamroll you, or you're gonna steamroll me. Whatever. You know, it's, it,
No, so so last Friday we're in competition. We're having our wrestling class and then our competition, and it's the day before my competition. I was the only one competing. It was 2 hours away. I needed to cut weight. And here comes Sean, like, yo, you got comp? You're with me. And he says, you're not stopping. And I'm like, okay, I'm not stopping. So we're doing standing rounds and we're going in, and he's looking at me, no stopping. And then we're going again and going again and going. He goes, "You're stopping. Stop stopping and keep going." And I'm like, "Okay, okay. I can't breathe.
Yeah,
Don't stop."
you can because the time when you stop, hey, that's gonna be the chance for the other opponent to get his, to find his way and beat you. You can. I mean, you gotta dominate. If that's your plan, you got better come and have the answers to dominate. Because whatever mistake you make, you gotta pay for it. You're gonna pay for it. And I've learned that since I started Nogi over here. I learned it a lot because I didn't know nothing about the leg game. I nothing. Like I learned it over here, and it was going through trial and error. I got my freaking knees popped, my freaking ankles popped, and I was like, shit, like this is really unforgiving. Nogi is really unforgiving. I mean, I thought it was just triangles, arm bars, and and freaking darces and shit. But nah, legs are something different. So 0 to 100, you're gonna lose a leg. So I built it on my confidence a little bit more, defense and whatnot. Wrestling has been a big thing. I did a little bit of wrestling back home, but it was just really, really basic Greco. And it was a guy that, a really good guy, Luis. He helped us out, whenever he had the time, right? But basic stuff. And again, if your goal is to win, I'm gonna make sure I can try to guide you to that. And if I see you slacking, no, you can't slack. If you're gonna go to war, you gotta make sure you're war ready. If I need to be there, I'll be there. But if I'm not gonna be there, I'll make sure I put in the time with you on the mats if you want to, and I can give you my pointers. If
And
not,
I'm and
yeah.
I'm not gonna front. So since we did those, and I'm starting to notice that the more rounds we're doing standing, in my competitions, I'm not really losing the standing game. Like I make a mistake and sure I'll fall. And instead of getting back up, I go to my turtle game because that's my game. But like I've noticed that now when motherfuckers stand, they think I'm a wrestler. I'm not a wrestler. I've never wrestled in my life. Not even playing around. Maybe WWE wrestling, but not Greco, D1 college. Never. I've never touched wrestling in my life, and it's crazy because I'm like, wow, if these people really think I'm a wrestler, well, I guess I'm doing something right. Like we're doing something right here at Cogito. Which is freaking insane, bro. It really is. And not for that, I gotta thank you because every Friday you push me. You're usually the highest belt on Fridays, and you're always there. You're ready for a scrap. And that's what we like about you, because you don't hold back, Sean. Sean, you don't hold back, and we love it.
I don't know, like I said, bro, like what's the point of sandbagging and just giving like a false treatment to somebody who's trying to be great? Especially in this game where the level is so freaking high that sure you get your high level rounds, right? So I'm not gonna be and it's not that I'm gonna beat you up to I'm gonna break your leg or whatever. Nah, I mean I will put you in tough spots or whatever, and I'm gonna do whatever I can do to make sure, hey, you need to kind of like beat me up if you actually wanna go and compete with those type of people. Because again, we got those high level peoples already in the mats. So I get my schooling as well because I get beat up by those people. But people are trying to make it. Hey,
Yo, Matt and Jason are no joke.
like that's why, and this conversation starts at least for me, grading me personally my nogi. I would say if I cannot go through Matt or Jason, that they're already at that level, or at least in the mix with that level high, of the sport. If I cannot heel hook Jason, or even defend a heel hook with heel hook from Jason, I still need to work. I know I'm not there, even though I can be a good runner and whatnot. But if I cannot go to open mat and beat up Jason with at least at the game that is like that he knows, I still got work to do. I'm not. I will consider myself a good purple belt, brownish belt, no gi. I can see myself differently in the gi because I know my way with it more. And kind of my head works differently as well. Um, but whenever I get those tough rounds, with Matt, I cannot tell you the times has kind of like whooped the floor with me, and he will still compliment me saying like, "Freaking good job." Like, like he compliments me on my game. But I know and I understand, like, bro, I mean, if I cannot beat these two at this game right now, because the thing is, maybe I can get him, but guess what? Either I'm gonna pay for it in the next round or
Yeah.
caught him that shit, and then he makes me pay for it. I say, fuck that. I gotta freaking work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I can hang. I mean, I can understand that I can hang, but I know I need to work a lot more, to my nogi. There's some certain gaps, I'm trying to get in the mix, with competition a little bit more. I know I've been out of it. Yes,
I think you don't know until you just go in and you just see, that's it. I think that's all it is, like you're always going to have that question mark because you have to go in and see where your game is at compared, and because that's kind of like what I've been doing. The last two competition is going in and being like, are you really a purple belt? Like, are you good enough to hang with purple belts? Even though in the gym I have good rolls and I'm going against high level guys and I'm getting good rounds in. But in the back of my head, am I really that good? Or are they being nice to me? Like or even, like you never know. Maybe they just had an off day, and am I supposed to take that as a win for me? No, like if they have an off day, that doesn't mean I'm good. It just meant I just caught them in the bad. So I've been going as a couple. Yeah, what happened?
I was saying that sometimes when you say, "Oh, I got it," but sometimes it's just it was the day for you.
Yeah, yeah, right.
No,
Is it really legit though? You don't know. Like you really don't know until you go into competition. And my first purple belt competition a few days ago, like I mean, 2 weeks ago, I was like, okay, I think I'm okay, but I need another one. And I went into this one, and I'm like, I'm definitely able to hang. I can hang here. So now it's like, let's fucking go. I'm ready for the next one. Like I feel that, and I think we need to get Sean. So Sean, I made this podcast to get into the eyes of the competitor, and there's two questions this podcast is known for, and it's the highs and the lows of jiu-jitsu. So far in your jiu-jitsu journey, what is your high in your career in jiu-jitsu?
but I gotta be honest. There's been a lot of highs on the journey. Just overall, just the community, just learning about this community, and just knowing the people that I know now. For me, that's an all-time high. Just getting to communicate and connection wise, it's been great. The thing I always take to pride with the highs is when I was in Puerto Rico, Jose gave me the opportunity to run a little bit of a corner at a CrossFit gym in Doral next to my house. And he had like a little octagon type of square fence, with the with the mats and whatnot. So he had a little spot. And the guy was interested in having like a curriculum, for jiu-jitsu. So Jose introduced me. He put me on the spot over there. So we did it, and this was after Maria. So unfortunately, when Maria happened, the gym got wiped. The gym doesn't.
Damn.
So it's yeah. So, but the thing is, there was this guy, I would say kid, right? I think he was around his 20s, around there. This kid, bro, he walked up to the gym, didn't even make eye contact to you, like he was just, hair all crazy. The guy that you see, and in the school, whatever, they will pick on him. So he said, "Oh, I want to do MMA, whatnot." I said, "Well, I cannot give you MMA, but if you look into the jiu-jitsu, I can teach you. We're doing no-gi, whatnot, so we can go and do this." Um, so he said, "Okay." So he kind of like stick around, bro. We did it. We did a lot. We trained a lot. The guy was, you can see his confidence, going a little bit higher, a little bit more here and there. And if I'm not mistaken, he had some autism in the mix.
Okay. Okay.
I, I kind of like wasn't it wasn't 100% in my attention to him. I made sure I kind of like paid attention to him, but my goal was to treat him as a regular in the gym.
Right. Don't
You're
make them feel any different.
all right. You're part of our team. Nobody gets any special treatment. If you don't get it, we're gonna go through it. Question. Whatever. The thing is, once things start to develop, I'm starting to move out of Puerto Rico. I let him know, hey, if you're gonna stick with this, don't get out of jiu-jitsu. Just keep doing it. I'm promising you that you're gonna love it. You're gonna do tournaments. You're gonna do things. And if you want a good school, go to Bayamon. Go to Jose Vélez. He's gonna take care of you. And if you're not straight, if you're not 100%, I'm gonna tell him that you're gonna come around, and just say Sean sent you.
He'll
You know,
take care of you.
he will, bro. I did my trip after Maria to see because there was gonna be a Muay Thai tournament happening. Bro, the guy was freaking fighting Muay Thai. The guy was fighting in tournaments in IBJF. Bro, the guy was clean, confidence high, look at you at the eyes, he will make sentences and even make conversations, bro. And for me, that was an all time that I always take to pride because that guy, even though it's kind of like cheesy, oh, jiu-jitsu changed my life, it did for him, because he came from not even looking at you, not even making conversations, because you probably tell he was getting bullied a lot or whatnot, or just being treated differently. And when he got into a school that everybody treated him like it was like a normal kid, the conversation was fighting, it was rolling, he will see the support, bro, and all of a sudden the guy was a totally different person than what I met him. So that's for me, that's an all-time high, at least personally with my jiu-jitsu, career. Um, yeah, that will be my all-time high, bro. Like tournaments, yeah, that's cool. Medals here and there, I love it. Definitely. Whenever you put yourself in a spot that you actually want to do this type of tournament, yeah, fight to win was one of those. I finally did a fight to win when I got over here. So yeah, that's a time. At least in the, I would say, competition-wise, that's an all-time high for me. But at least the one that I take to heart, bro, like with this journey, is that kid, bro. Like it literally changed him. Like
And what's
it's
it? Do you remember his name?
uh
Malolo. We're gonna call him Malolo.
Uh, I don't know if he even has social media. At the time, he didn't. But I don't know
You
if
know why you look for that, if you are gonna look for that, Sean, to be 100% real, bro. I just had my high in jiu-jitsu this morning.
cool, cool, cool.
So I had Ruben, Camilo, Sean, and Chris. Okay.
Okay.
So I go through my, our usual warm-ups, and then we go into technique. They get the technique and they're nailing it and they're already looking good. And I'm like, okay, cool, cool. So it's time for the rounds. I pulled my hammy, so I'm not rolling. So I really got to just sit back
Got you.
and watch their rolls.
Okay.
And bro, I remember them 3 months ago. And they were wild, and they were super spazzy, and they try to snap on something as soon as they get it or whatever. Yo, today I got to see the most fluent jiu-jitsu that I've seen from these guys I've ever seen. And yo, I was almost into tears. And I was like, yo, guys, and at the end of the class, I was like, yo, yeah, guys have officially graduated away from spaz. You guys are no longer spazzes. You guys are real jiu-jitsu guys. And it was just nuts to see their progression. And this is maybe 3 4 months in the making. I don't even know. Like, I don't even remember when I started teaching the morning class. But to see, like, I freaking Sean, he has like a wrestling background, and now he's doing jujitsu moves, and he did the move of the day. You know what I mean? And I have a thing in the morning class. If you do the move of the day, your opponent has to buy you a water. Like, that's the thing.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, usually in California when we did this, you buy them a taco or a burrito. But since and we have no restaurants near us, I was like, you know what? You have to buy them a water or coconut water. Like, that's the thing. So if you get hit with the move of the day, you gotta get them a water. And I just started to see these guys. They're pulling. I teach the defense and the offense, and these guys are hitting it. And I'm like, yo, that's so sick. So yeah, it was crazy, and it happened today, this morning, and the guys could tell, yo, it was absolutely insane. But um,
Easy.
what what is your low of jiu-jitsu?
All right. So my low, and this is, I guess, it's with fight to win. So my low was me. I go finally. Oh shit! I'm about to go into the stage, fight to win, whatnot. I got a worthy opponent. It's gonna be a scrap. I know that because this is the time when I got over here. It was a blue belt, just getting into leg locks, right? So I consider this my low because I was ignorant. I thought leg locks. I thought I knew how to get out. I thought that, oh, me and my confidence that I normally will get to, to go ahead and compete. And bro, I got leg locked like I don't know, like in a minute or some shit like that or something like that. And just, because in my head, I thought it wasn't going to go even to that. I thought it was going to be like more of a scrap, going for different things. At least that's what I try to do, right? I know, I guess people just want to win, or for me, I just want to go ahead and scrap and give an entertaining fight, win or lose. That's why I would like to get recognized, right? So, I got heel hook. My freaking ankle was stupid swollen, pissed off, feel like I left everybody down, stuff like that. Like people that were watching in Puerto Rico, people that were like sponsoring me at the time. Shout out to Retro and Black Lab Organics. And it hit, it hit different. It hit different because all of a sudden and since this day, all of a sudden I was kind of like, maybe I should just lay low at a competition. I got to figure this shit out a little bit more. Figure out my game a little bit more because I'm getting exposed to things that I wasn't even exposed, when I started or in the freaking route until I landed here in Florida, where Derek was just fucking me up with leg locks left and right, you know. So that that was one of the OGs from Cogito. That's where I actually started to learn more about leg locks and stuff. And he will have the best way to kind of like dissect the freaking technique to the T. He will take everything apart and then make it whole so you can understand it. So I got to give it to him in a way that I actually learned it, a little bit more. That would be my low. I lost that. Um,
So you did a no-gi at blue belt.
yeah, yeah, I did it. So, me thinking that, oh yeah, my nogi game, this and that, whatever. So yeah, and then things hit a little bit different. I started to understand that, oh damn, it's a different level. I gotta make sure I cover my gaps. So, again, it wasn't fun. It wasn't fun not just to pass, not just to kind of like win. It wasn't fun just to go there and not even perform because I didn't even have the chance. So, it is mind, it kind of like fucks with your head a little bit. You kind of like, obviously, you learn how to lose. But when you lose, when you think that it is a little bit harder. Because again, I was just kind of like, all right, so leg loss, that's nothing. I mean, I know how to escape this. Nah, hell no. It didn't happen.
Not in real life competition when they're going 100.
It's different. It's
It's
different.
different. It's different. It is different. It is different. And none. But jiu-jitsu is one of the most humbling sports because you do learn how to lose in the gym. And we try to get all of our losses in the gym so we don't lose in competition. But one thing a lot of people fail to realize, there could only be one winner.
Right.
So 15 people in the bracket, only one person is getting out. So the percentage of you winning, it's super low. So when you do win, it is something to be honored and to be happy for, because it takes a lot to win first. Like a lot of people don't really get that. Second place, don't get it twisted. You hit the podium. If you hit the podium, it's fucking huge at the end of the day, because out of everybody in the divisions, not my heavyweights, because a lot of people don't sign up, but on like all the other brackets that I see, when people having 5, 6, 7 matches in a day, not daily, not every day, in one day, all these scraps. And it's like, to have the endurance, the cardio, to go through all of that, to then play your game on the top of its level, to then win. Honestly, there's no better high to chase.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
definitely, definitely.
that
Uh,
high, man.
it is, but it is humbling. That's why I kind of like stop a little bit, at least competition wise with Nogi, so I can actually put my game to a whole and see my strengths, see my weaknesses. I know kind of like what they are now. That I've been putting a lot of time right now since I, moved over here, and basically that's all we've been doing, kind of like a Nogi. Um, who knows? I mean, maybe I'll try to hop in with you on one of those tournaments. I mean, I tried.
Yeah, yeah. 2 weeks ago, he did join the Jiu-Jitsu World League, but unfortunately, no opponents showed up, which is the hard thing about our age bracket, you know. But Sean, I have to say it, and you know I'm gonna say it to all of my listeners, however many there are. You're a fucking monster, and you need to go out there. Like there's no, like, like, and I said this to Sapito too. And I said it to Sapito too. Like, if I'm going out there and in my head, and I'm gonna be honest, in my head, you guys are better than me. You guys are 100% better than me. And if I'm going out there and I'm putting my shit on the line, you motherfuckers got to do it because I have the utmost confidence that you guys will fucking wreck shit. Like on some real Debo shit. Like that's how I feel. Like I feel like we can be the Boricua Bash Brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like every win we do, we go wepa. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I feel. Kopiku. Like Retro got that new rash guard. Yo, shout out to Retro. Retro, that Puerto Rico Domino's rash guard. I need that. I need that. The funny thing about the black sales is we're all Boricua.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It is.
I keep saying we like I guess I'm just throwing myself in the pot. You know what I mean? Like,
But yeah, man. I mean, just going back with what you say. I mean, let me see if I can hook you up with that rash guard because actually that rash guard was for Gonzo that he really just recently did the it's called Tap. I think it's Tap Puerto Rico or Tap PR Inc. or whatever. But he
oh
does
yes, 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 yes.
the Winter Challenge as well. So that was kind of like to move funds and whatnot for the tournament. It just happened this past week, and it was a super. I watched the live stream. It was super good job over there. Super cool tournament. So yeah, I mean, I'll try to see if I can talk to host to see what he has, and maybe I can hook you up with one. So
Dog, I need that. That joint was fire. I'm not even gonna front. That joint was super fire. Um, so Sean, just to put you on the spot, cause that's what I do. Never disrespectful. Never
uh,
disrespectful. Who's your hardest role at Cogito? And not for nothing, you're the gym enforcer, so it's like I know this is a really juicy question because everybody points to you. But
yeah,
who are you pointing at? Who is your hardest role in Cogito?
yeah. My hardest roles has to be the twins.
Ooh, the Gonzalez twins.
Everybody's there, it's always, putting in work, good job in there. But there's something about the twins that when I go with them, I'm saying, shit, I gotta go with this motherfucker. If I had to, technical wise, I would say you in a way, because you got a way to freaking bend like nobody freaking else. Like, it's kind of like, shit, I gotta fuck with a rubber guard now. Fuck this shit. But, but yeah, but the twins, whenever they want to push the metal to the pedal, like, bro, they don't got like they'll just go 100 miles per hour.
They
If you
got no chill. They have no chill. And I love it. I love their intensity. Cogito needs it.
and if you're not paying attention with them, they're gonna get you with something.
Oh, they're gonna snag it. They're gonna snag it. Whether it's an Estima or an a Nogi Ezekiel, like they don't care. Like they're gonna hit something on you. If you sleep on them, they're gonna hit you.
Ezekiel,
All
they
right,
got it to the T. So
what
yeah,
happened?
the freaking Ezekiel, they got it to the T. Like if you're not paying attention, they're gonna make you. That's why, because they're always just trying to get you with something, because they know, if they do that they're gonna have a hard role, because again, they're the smallest people in the gym, right?
Yep.
The other people, so they have to with that tenacity and just going hard, and I love it. I enjoy it. It keeps me on my toes. I'm 34, so I'm not saying that I'm old, but at least I'm not young like them. They still got like endless tanks still to come to jiu-jitsu for them, and I like if I'm and in my mind saying like if you can beat me, bro, like you're gonna wreck people in your division. You're
Word.
pro. It's like you're rolling with black belts, brown belts, you know, they're hard rolls, so you're kind of like, you know, giving it to them. Hey, you know, there's something going on in there, and I'm proud, you know, and love to be part of the process. You know, if it's not me, shit, bet if it's not me, then it's you. And
Yeah.
I'm in the crew already. You know, we're in the gym, so I'm gonna be part of it. So why not? I'm not gonna be stingy or be like, you know, I'm not gonna give you, nah, fuck you. I'm not, you know, nah. I mean, if you beat me, if you get something, bet sure I'll get you in the next round. You know, like, but yeah, man, they're super tough roles, really good kids too. You know, they're always training. Not to, you know, not to take away nothing from the people at the gym. You know, because
Oh, no, 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 and I know they know. Everybody knows this is just strictly for fun at the end of the day, just having cogito banter. Because you know what? One thing I want to try to get is I want a fire to get lit on some of our guys to be like, I want them to try to be one of the hardest roles so they can make the podcast, and then either, if not interviewed, but I want them to be spoke, because not for nothing. And what's crazy, um, young Javi, young
Mhm.
Javi, uh, at the one of the days I went in, and he was like, "Yo, like, I appreciate your podcast because like I try my best, and I'm trying as much as I can, and and for me to get an honorable mention in general on the work that I've done, it makes me want to work harder. And that's my goal. Like, I just want everybody to work hard, because at the end of the day, we're a fucking family. Like, regardless of our belts, regardless, and I tell our white belts and our blue belts all the time, listen, you're gonna get your butt kicked, but get it kicked now with us so nobody else can kick your ass out there. Like, we're doing it to make you better. We're not doing it because we want to do it. You
Right,
know what I'm
right.
saying? At the
Yeah,
end of the day.
this process, like a young Javi, he will be a fine prospect, you know, because he's always, you know, if he's not asking questions in the mat, he's asking question outside the mat, you know. He's at least, you know, he was a little bit time off. You know, he had some things that he had,
Yeah.
but he
Yeah.
and you know, seeing you guys at Super Bowl League, it kind of like sparked him up to kind of like, hey, I'm gonna try to see if I can get into competition. And he's more time in the match too. You know, whenever he has the time, he will go around. You know, do fundamentals. Friday too, he will get into the scraps with us on Fridays. So yeah, I mean, it is the process. You know, white belt, blue belt. Even though it sucks to be at the bottom, you just gotta go through it. I mean, if you don't put the time in the mats, you're just gonna get called for it. You know, you cannot. And this is something that I kind of like always banter about a little bit. But if you don't put the work in the mat, and that's just showing up on time, your jiu-jitsu not gonna change. If you just go to school because you got a target on somebody that you just want to win, but you're not trying to do the move of the day like you're doing with your guys in the morning, you're not gonna evolve with the technique just because you're not trying to learn new techniques. You're just trying to beat somebody up.
Yeah.
Don't get there to do warm ups. You're caught in corners. You know, there's no shortcuts in this shit, bro. The math don't lie. So
Mass don't lie.
if you
Amen.
and don't be a belt chaser, you know, forget about it. It's gonna come. It's gonna happen. You know, you're not gonna get stuck there because probably somebody said, "Yo, that kid needs to be already in a higher level." You know, so I mean, just come in. You know, be on time, be respectful. You know, with your teammates. Be there for them. You know, just be there in training. Go through the hard work, go through the sweat with them. You know, like if they're just oh shit warm ups, that's a hell of warm ups. I mean, I don't know about whenever I do fundamentals, I make sure I put my people break a sweat.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like that, hey, don't look at me wrong. This is gonna benefit you. You know, I mean, do it because it's gonna go a long road to your journey. So yeah, just break that sweat with your teammates. That's your support. If you don't got what you're trying to do, I'm just gonna be there, beat him. Oh, I how about tapping him out.
Yeah. But also, if you really put into the perspective, the warm up along with the technique, it does tire you out a little bit. So when you do roll, you're rolling with an emptier tank. If you're skipping the exercise portion of it, the cardio portion of it, then you're rolling with a more of a tank than everybody else.
Right.
So technically, you're not. you know what I'm saying? Like it is a different, and I'm guilty of it, but mine is different. I work, and sometimes I work till 6:30. You know what I mean? Like whenever I get off, I'm done with my family. I run out the house. You know what I mean? It's not I have responsibilities, but if you're a person that has no responsibilities and you're doing it just because you didn't want to put the work in, that's where you're gonna fall because you're gonna stay plateaued. And what are you gonna do? You're gonna keep chasing that one role that you're trying to win. Once you win that,
What's
who
next?
everybody else is already above you because you were just focusing on one.
Yeah, and going back to that that empty tank, that's a really important aspect of it. Because let's say you have a tournament. A tournament is not just one fight. It's probably at four. It's probably five. If it's a really really stacked up tournament, 150 that everybody goes into, you're probably gonna have around six matches. So what's gonna happen if you don't know how on an empty tank? They're gonna go through you, bro. Because guess what? You're gonna be tired, and that time there's nobody more dangerous in a jiu-jitsu match that knows how to fight tired. Because if they know that, they know when to explode, they know when to stall, they know where's their time, they know everything. Like timing is a thing in jiu-jitsu. So if you're just gonna say, "Oh shit, I'm tired, I'm gonna give up," guess what? That guy's already been through it, through warm-ups, going through hard rounds, putting in the time. If you can't make it through warm-ups, then you gotta make sure you go to open mat and do whatever you gotta do, like standing, or you gotta go to competition at night. You gotta make that time for it, right? Because if you don't learn how to struggle pressure is gonna be put on you on the tournament, and the guy that knows how to deal with that already is gonna beat you up, and it's gonna make you pay for it. And then where that's where the follow happens, unfortunately, a lot with white belts, and sometimes with blue belts. I mean, I say blue belts is kind of like the most is a drop off for jiu-jitsu, right? And it's because they got say, oh, this is I suck at this, or this doesn't work, or whatever. But I mean, have you put in the time? Are you doing drills? Are you doing the warm ups? Everything that sucks at jiu-jitsu, are you doing it? Because
Yeah,
everybody loves to
yeah.
fight. Everybody loves to fight. That's the fun. But nobody wants to do the sucky part from jiu-jitsu. That's drilling, doing warm ups, being there on time. Yeah, that sucks. But if you embrace the suck, it's gonna repay you. You know.
It's gonna pay off. No, 110%, 110%. And I'm glad we had this conversation.
It's better saying it than you. Like you'll be going through the struggle of just losing weight to get better at it, to get better quality rolls or better quality rounds at jiu-jitsu, or just to go ahead and tournament wise, because I know you're struggling because you're getting big ass motherfuckers. And now that you're trying to get and learn that if I go down, if I push through this, if I work out for it, I'm gonna start winning. That's what's been happening, bro. And you've been a like a really really inspiring movement for people, inside even for me. Like you got a full family, bro. I don't. I think I saw I got my lady. We just recently got to more deeper, our responsibilities. But you have your family, you got your kids, you got your wife, you got your house, all these things, and you're still doing jiu-jitsu when you can. So there's no excuse. There's even some people's that, bro, you already seen it. People that are like, you know, not. I mean, they're missing a limb or something is going on, and they're still doing it, bro. Like, what's your excuse? You got everything health wise.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
And you got a gas tank. You're young. Like that what kills me is the young guy. Like you don't understand. I wish I had jujitsu when I was younger. Like cuz I when I got back into jujitsu, I was in my late 20s.
hmm?
So I started jujitsu when I was 24, but then I took 3 years off because I had a fallout with my original gym, and I just didn't like it because I thought all gyms were like that, the politics. And I fucking couldn't stand jujitsu until I got 300 pounds, and then I got right back into it. I found the gym that worked for me, I loved, and then it opened up the door again for the love of jujitsu, and then whatever. If I found it late, now I'm struggling, bro. Like I'm fucking tired. My body isn't holding. I'm almost 40. Like and I know I'm a purple belt, but I'm like, damn, I'm gonna be one of those old ass fucking black belts, bro. Like
That's the important thing. You're still doing it. I mean, that's the goal. Once you get too deep into jiu-jitsu, it's really kind of hard to say, "Hey, I'm out." You know, you're still gonna do it, bro. Like even if you're like 60 years old, I mean, you've seen people at 60 years old still doing kicking freaking IBJF and doing this shit. You know,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
doing it. You know.
Nah, no, 100%. All right, you know what? So just to piggyback off my last question on your favorite role. So who are your top three roles in Cogito? Because we're gonna get a little bit more inclusive. Give another person a shot. Who is Sean's top three Cogito roles?
So top three, I would say
We're gonna put the twins in one category. We're gonna put the twins in one category.
Phoenix is just hard as fuck. 100%, you know, whatever. But yeah, Felix has to be there, the top three. He's just, I mean, humble guy. He's always there, you know, giving to the community as well. I mean, he understands flow. You know, he
Yeah.
understands what flow is. You can go 100% 1,000 miles per hour with him, and he will still keep up with you and understand that okay, we're flowing. Okay, it's a conversation going on. Chaining techniques, you know, he will give you something, then you will give him back something. He will answer you with something, then you would kind of like, you know, it's always something going on with him.
He
So
pisses me off, okay? He pisses me off with his fucking good defense, you fucking piece of shit, Felix.
he expects people to sub, but hey, if you get him, yeah, yeah. Just need to, just need to he's gonna crack. But I would say you, because you got a different style than everybody in there. Coming, because I think you're the only guy coming from a 10 planet background. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely different. So you and let me see who else.
So many to choose from.
Yeah,
You have Micah, you have Big Dave,
Micah.
Micah. Micah's a good one. Micah's my top three.
Mike,
Micah, I don't have there's too many good things to say about him, you know? Like, okay, with me, he's a gentle giant.
yeah.
With us, he's a gentle giant.
Hmm.
But in competition, when he's going against someone that he's not a gentle giant with, he's a scary motherfucker.
He, he is. And to my defense, he's not gentle with me anymore. With him too. So yeah, whenever he tries something, you know, sneaky or slick, I always try to answer him back and try to make him pay for it. The last time we rolled, because I know he's out right now,
Yeah,
but it was
yeah.
funny because he did something to me. My reaction was trying to get up real quick to kind of like put him on his back and offer, and in the middle of the road, he said, "Don't kill me, don't kill me." It's just a temper, bro. Like Micah's for sure in the top three. But yeah, man, but there's a lot of people in Cogito, bro, that you know, don't miss on them, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, 100%. No, and I can't anymore. And that's the love I'm having with Cogito because, like, if I think I've been with Cogito for almost 3 years now.
Yeah,
It's almost 3 years now. So, um, I'm looking back, right, and it's like Dave was a blue belt. Big Dave, I think, was still a blue belt at the time.
yeah.
And now I see Dave now taking it more serious. And it's like, oh, okay, like I'm not catching you like I did before. And the same thing with Nigel. Nigel, when he was a white belt, I was subbing him left and right. He becomes a blue belt, and now it's like, huh, I can't Ezekiel you anymore, motherfucker. Okay, I guess I gotta do something new. Little Javi starting to come up at the woodwork. Then I'm like, huh, he motherfucker tried to Emanari roll me, and I'm like, I Emanari everybody. You don't Emanari me, you know. So no, and the progression. I just love the progression that everybody's having, and for all the Cogito guys who see this podcast, all we want for you is to get better. We want this gym. We're always going to have new people come in, and guess what? They're going to be on the bottom of the totem pole. And you guys have to be the role models. We're going to be the role models at the top, but there has to be middle role models that they have a goal to become.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We're the top goals, like, oh, I can't wait till I could become Sean. I can't wait to move like I'm Carlos. I can't wait to play Sapo guard like fucking Felix. I can't wait to learn the Kimura like Micah. Yeah, like that's the big goal. But you have to start with the small goals. I gotta stop getting subbed by Javi. I gotta stop getting triangled by Camilo. I gotta stop getting taken down by Sean. And it's gonna start gradually start coming up, and then your first goal. Once you end that first goal, then you make another one, and then your jujitsu just blossoms into something fucking beautiful, and we call it the octopus, el pulpo, the
That's
pulpo.
being philosophical now.
I'm trying to make some quotes, bro. We gotta make a T-shirt. I gotta start making some quotes, bro. Um, So, Sean, the one of the funny questions that my podcast is known for is it could be training partner, non-training partner, does not matter. Have you ever called somebody out in jiu-jitsu and paid the ultimate price with an L?
Shit. I mean, you know me. I'm not that trash talking person, so I never have the intention to call somebody out in a way. But um, I will have to say, bro, and I think you're already tired of hearing this name, but man,
Who's How can you not say his name?
like I haven't called him out, but let's say if we're rolling and we're going 100% and whatnot, I'll make sure if I get him on something, I would just like, put on his face, like if I, like I'm gonna own that, like so if we ever talk something, I'll say, well, you remember that day, right, when I got you on this, right? But then open my happens and then he's gonna go through you. So yeah, so eh, bro, it is funny because I, bro, it just happened. I caught him in a good triangle once.
Wait. What was the thing you said to him that called him out?
So it wasn't even a call out. It was just
Okay.
right. So and this is what I said. I thought I paid for it with an L because I got a really, really deep triangle, and I was just laughing. So I guess that was my call for him. Oh my God, I got you, But the thing is, he goes like, "Bro, that triangle you put me on, he gave me nightmares." So the next day,
Wait, you're breaking up, Sean.
you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
So he said like the triangle that you put me on, it gave me nightmares. So
Nightmares?
he said, "Yeah." So I want to make sure I'm not gonna get caught on that. He called it later on a freaking. He actually put. I tried to get him on a triangle. He got. We did our roll. We scrambled, and then that motherfucker got me in a triangle. I paid for it, but hey, I mean that's one little mark for me.
Yeah. Like the thing with Matt is he comes from a really good place, and some people get a bad taste in their mouth with Matt.
Yeah, yeah,
All he is jujitsu. His mouth says whatever, it doesn't matter what he says. His intentions are good, and he just wants the best out of people in general. It might come out bad, but it really isn't. He's just saying, yo, if he says you're trash, it doesn't really mean you're trash. It just means you need to work harder.
no, yeah. He
You
he
know?
he gives you like tough love, and I guess
Tough love.
it's because how he got treated. I mean, like I a little bit of his stories, when he was starting jiu-jitsu, and maybe it was the same way, and that's how he's become the monster that he is right now.
Yep.
So that's his way to kind of say, hey, let's put in that work. So and he's a lovable guy, even though people may cross different with him and whatnot. I mean, he's really totally up for it. He's always throwing things here and there, like, hey, there's a tournament coming up. Do you want to get in? Do you want to train? Hey, there's an open lab over here. There's some really good people I think you can benefit from. So he's always looking for your best interest.
Yeah.
Uh, Open my Sundays. He's not saying get up and wrestle because he just wants to do it for fun. No, he's just telling you like, hey, people are gonna start scrapping from their feet. They're not gonna pull guard. If they can, they're gonna shoot and smash you to the ground. Be prepared for it.
Yep.
Not prepared for it, guess what? You're gonna pay for it. Then your jiu-jitsu is just gonna be in shame. You're just gonna be in shame, and you don't want that shit. So he makes sure you go through those tough rounds. And thankfully, if it wasn't for him and people like him or Jason or even people at the gym that just want to go and train hard, I would have been hanging in this level. Because I would just be hanging on a lazy jiu-jitsu game and just I just do jiu-jitsu. That would be it. Like, cool. I mean, to each his own, whatever. But I like to go to those hard rounds. That's how I learn, and I expect that I'm gonna give you the same.
I don't know if you heard Matt's
Pause.
top top rounds, but you were one of Matt's top rounds, and he gave you an ultimate compliment that sometimes you do get the best of him, or you give him hard scraps. And when he said that, I laughed it because I already know how you roll. At the end of the day, everybody knows how you roll. And it's just kind of full circle on, it's just so crazy how we literally try to kill each other, but we fucking love each other one way or another, you
Definitely.
know? And it's fucking nuts. It really is. It's crazy because not this past Friday, but other Fridays, like, we're going ham with each other. And all I'm saying to myself is, don't let Sean kill you. Don't let Sean kill you. Don't let Sean kill you. And then I survived that round, and I'm like, fuck yeah, fuck yeah, I'm here. I'm him, motherfucker. I am him. You know, and it's not a play to me saying I'm him. It's just I know that you are him, and I survived the him for one round. That's enough for me to feel accomplished of knowing, hey, I can hang with the best, even if it's sometimes. At least I can do it. It's fucking wild. Let's talk about your relationship with Jason.
God.
So when did you meet Jason?
So, bro, I met Jason when open mats were happening at the Cogito at Castle. Um, they didn't know him that much, but once I was watching, I said, "Man, this guy is good." Especially when the Nogi was saying, "Damn, this guy is good. Let's see how can I be part of this?" So I'm just asking. I was asking Felix, like, who's this guy? Because I kind of seen him hanging out around with him and whatnot. So, time comes up. Then all of a sudden we got the open mass happening in Ace MMA. Remember those?
Ace. Yep. Oh, I miss Ace. Ace is a cool spot.
Shout out to Ace over there. People
Shout out to Thiago.
Thiago, good, really, really cool person. So yeah, I see him over there too. And I'm like, shit, like how can I be part of the crew? Because I'm just Cogito, I'm just a new guy, Puerto Rican kid, whatever. So how I can hang, I'm trying to see how I can be the crew. Um, so eventually, I don't know, bro. Like things happen out of nowhere. All of a sudden, I started to get my roles with him. He was beating me up, but then once I started to figure out a little bit more like the game over here, I started to pick it up with him. Not beating him up, but at least I can hang with him. Get more harder rolls, get him like tough rolls into. Eventually, I can submit him here and there. Occasionally, but he just submits me 1,000 times. Whatever. Um, but then, COVID happened. We moved to the garage with Derek, where most of our training was happening. But all of a sudden, I kind of like met Jada, little sis over there. Shout out to Jada and cannabis infused, all this stuff that she was doing. And all of a sudden, Jason comes up with the idea to have the garage training sessions. And I wasn't invited at the time, so I was saying like, damn, how I can get in there? Oh, Jason, how I can get in there? So I kind of like started, telling Felix like, bro, like, what's going on? Like, you guys doing the garage here and there. And all of a sudden I get the invite. I say, oh, fuck yeah, I got the invite, whatever. Bro, it was at the time I started to go over there. It was Felix. A lot of people came through, Dre. But the people that kind of like stick was Felix, Jason, obviously. Jada would come in there. Wreck-It Ralph. I mean not Wreck-It Ralph, but his name is Ralph. So I know his MMA guy. So he
Okay.
was. Um, who else? Damn, there's. I know I'm missing names. I'm sorry, but not quality people will go in there. I mean, again, it was just Jason inviting you, so I got to roll sometimes with Coslow. I got to roll sometimes with Dre when he was around. Um, Freaking people from Fusion that make it around, good people that knew Jiu-Jitsu or just MMA, with that constant pressure and stuff like that. So the roles were insane. It was just shut door garage. He will put the heater on purpose just to get that freaking place like a freaking sauna. The high chamber, like you go into the train, get your level, but whatever, bro. Sweats, puddles. We're killing each other in there, bro. And yeah, and then from there, bro, Jesse and I, we became boys. The same with Felix. It's kind of like us three was always in the mix, if it wasn't helping Jada with her events, cage setups with her events or cage setup with Combat Night. Shout out to Combat Night. So yeah, we were always in the mix, and all of a sudden, the idea of the black cells, the first time Felix went out with the freaking black, bandera, with the flag. Uh,
Fight to win.
yeah, yeah, a fight to win, and then it became a thing. Oh shit, and maybe we can do a little crew with this, and hopefully in the future like a school and whatnot. So there's been a lot of conversations here and there. My goal at least is to, if it happens with Cogito, if it's like a fusion, I don't know, Black Cells, whatever it happens with Black Cells, I don't know what's gonna happen, But I wish that we can get like a competition team, and not just saying it, is actually doing it, just
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the hardest part. That's the hardest part.
getting in there, putting time, if it's lifting, conditioning, strength and conditioning, doing our hard rolls, and actually going, because at least for me personally, bro, that's what gets me on competition mindset. Because if I myself, I see it like a job. It's like it's a love hate for me. But whenever I got a crew and you put me in the spot and you put me in a room with the correct people, bro, and we can dominate, bro. Like it's just having that crew, having a crew, put in the work, and we say, hey, we're going for this tournament, and we're all gonna sign up, and us, we're a team, and you got the backup, win or lose, it doesn't matter. We're just gonna go out there, put in the work, and if it doesn't go our way, hey, we go back to the drawing board, we train, figure out the gaps, and we go and hit it again until we are recognized like that type of crew, and then we're gonna get people that just want to train with us in a competition. So yeah, man, bro. Like I wish we had that competition team a little bit more, but hey, maybe Black Cells can be that competition team. You never know. I mean, or if it's
We're
whatever.
seeing we're trying to get something started. We're trying to get something started now in general with the Cogito competition team. So we're gonna see. We got the twins. We got me, you, and Felix is getting back in it. So which is awesome. But I will say I will never travel alone to do a competition ever again because it was a difference. Doing Jiu-Jitsu World League when it was you, Felix was there, Orlando was there, little Javi was there, Big Dave was there, Micah was there. Like it did feel different. I wasn't nervous at all, at all, at all, at all. And I went to New Breed by myself. I found the 10th Planet Miami white belt that was competing to coach me. You know, I didn't have it was different. He doesn't know my game through a hole in the wall, but you guys know my game. Felix knows my game through a hole in the wall. Like he could tell me, yo, right side, and I already know what he's talking about. So never again will I go to a competition dolo because I didn't know how much I needed a team
But
with me.
It is a big part. Back home when I was competing in Puerto Rico, we were a big crew. Like it wasn't just me going to local tournaments. It was like 10 people going into that local tournament from different divisions and stuff like that and different belts. So once I saw that, I was saying, "Oh shit, this is a teams thing. You know, everybody moves and pushes each other." So at least for me, that's what I need. I need that type of motivation, to get into competition mode. It's great, like I said, like there's people, like help through this shit. If it's not your coach, like Dylan, Dylan normally is there too, to kind of like whatever he can. But before, when Derek was around, Derek and Dylan was there, like and through Fight to Win, they were there, and then all of a sudden Stan was fighting too, freaking Mike, freaking, Felix, and then all of a sudden things are changing a little bit now, you starting to get more in the game. All of a sudden, Big is the new Stan in a way. So I want to
Big Dave is the new Stan. Yeah, he is.
so kind of like we would like to see those new fresh people that are starting to grow with us. Hey, come around. Let's make a competition team. So let's get at it. It will be cool. So it will be cool. There's a lot of prospects in the gym that I feel that if they change certain things here and there, they're gonna be top notch.
I 100% agree with you. I 100%. Hey, Sean, I need to say congratulations. You are officially the longest episode I have ever recorded.
Hey, let's go.
So Felix is gonna get jealous. Uh,
So I'm gonna get your views too, motherfucker.
oh, yo, Felix, he said that Puerto Rico guy is back, bro. Yo, Sean, I really appreciate you even coming onto the pod. And I know it was supposed to be 30 minutes and it turned into a freaking us just talking Mabo Chiche, And but this is what it's all about, bro. Like just to have the conversation with jiu-jitsu, with a teammate. It's always different when it's someone like if I interview somebody that I don't know what questions to ask them, But well, when it comes to somebody that I've known, we shared, we sweated, you know what I'm saying? Like, not for nothing, your liquids have been on me and my liquids have been on you, Like, it's different. Like, we're on a different level, bro. Like, not for nothing, right now, your hair slicked back like that is probably my sweat.
Hey,
I'm not even gonna lie.
to put it in the back.
um no, I really appreciate you even coming onto the pod and getting this in. And so this was the setup, and I'm gonna give it to the audience now. This is the setup so we can have a black sales episode. So you were the final piece before I can get the black sales on. So Sean, I appreciate you. Do you have anybody that you want to shout out?
Yeah, real quick. I just want to say, it's all love. We do kill each other at the end of the day, but it's all love. I mean, I hear the podcast with the guys here and there. I really, really appreciate the words. Super cool people like always. I don't say this a lot because I'm just going into training. I'm just to myself and whatnot. But it's all love. Like, thank you guys, for the comments and all this stuff. I always enjoy the roles. If I miss names or whatever, sorry, but it's all in good faith. Go in good heart. But shout outs real quick. Obviously, Cogito. That's the where I've been learning my shit. Retro Grappler for the sponsors. Keeping me up to date with the rashes. The rash guards, anything. Spats, shorts, whatever. Um, Black Lab Organics, shout out to you as well. Kat Nelson, she always, with the best treats for my furry love over here, my dog. She's always a support, she's always around whenever she needs. Whenever she knows that we're gonna compete, she will message us or take care of us however she can, right? If it's with whatever she got. Also, Wave Huggers, that's from Retro, putting us on the spot, with our working. I gotta put on the camera because it just looks so dope. With our freaking working uniforms, with the pressure press, pressure wash,
Well, now that you say that, um if you're in need of pressure washing to your home and around your facilities, please call Pressure Pass Pressure Washing. They have all your needs, and you can call 407 773 1545. If you mention this podcast, you'll get a discount for your pressure washing needs, along with Shawn and Felix. So please give them a call if you need pressure washing with the toughest. Let them grapple the toughest stains on your home with Pressure Pass pressure washing.
There you go, bro. Appreciate
Yo, Shawn, it was an absolute pleasure. I'm gonna start hooking everything up. Stay on. I'm gonna end the episode. Everybody, thank you for joining us on episode 14 of the Grind and Jiu-Jitsu podcast. Shawn, C-Tech, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let everybody hear the love of Jiu-Jitsu that we have and share it to the world. Thank you. Have a good one, everyone.
it.
Peace. Os. And we are out in five, four, three, two, one. Eso.
You enjoyed it. I mean, I hope I fit your expectations with this, bro.
Bro, this became the long, like, like at the end of the day, I wanted to get to know you, and I feel like I really got to know you, because I guess we never really had time to just we've always been in a group setting.
Right.
Other than driving to the tournament or whatever, but we were in a group setting, and it was like we got to fucking talk the shit.
Appreciate it, man. I mean, like I said, I'm not that talkative. So I mean, and there's been, I mean, like, bro, we could have been here for hours because we got stories like for days, like from tournaments for Puerto Rico with Ramon and Felix, and then Jason and Felix going over there and tearing shit up over there too. I mean, that could be a different conversation whenever we do the black triangle thing, the three of us.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, so that could be it. That's bro. There's a lot of things we can talk every time, but yeah, bro. Like,
bro, an hour and 40 minutes.
uh,
We blew it out of the sky.
that's, that's cool. That's cool. Hopefully everybody else do it, cause I know maybe I talk a little bit too much shit, but hopefully.
No, listen, tell him to come see you on the mat.
All
You know what I mean? What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
right, bro. All
What
right.
you gonna do, brother? Take care. Tell Bianca, right? Tell Bianca I said hello, and enjoy your night. I'm gonna send me a picture that you want to be on your flyer.
Okay.
Send it to me on Instagram, and I'll make the flyer. And this episode will be out on Wednesday.
Right. I can just forward you a picture from the Instagram, right?
Yeah,
Cool. I got one
yeah.
as well. All right. All right, bro. Thank you,
All right,
man.
brother. Yeah, of course, bro. Take it easy. Peace.